Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another weekly episode, and as usual I've got some stuff to show you, and it's going to be a little bit of a long one. Well, they all are, right? I mean, it's undeniable. Alright, I've got a lot of stuff. I've got a ton of stuff behind me that I'm not showing in this episode. I got a bunch of stuff in front of me that I am showing in this episode, and so it's pretty cool. So let's get right into it. I did get the RLC Integra Type R, so that's exciting, right? These were limited 2 per customer. I did get my fill of the 2. I only have 1 account. I'm not one of those guys that has a ton of RLC accounts, but I was lucky and was able to snag this without any issues. No issues whatsoever. The cap show went fine, all of that. So I ended up getting them. We'll see what this is like when we open up the package, but definitely a heavily anticipated release for the Redline Club, and yeah, I think some people are pretty mad they didn't get one. So we're going to go ahead, and I had no issues. Like I said, logged in, boom, got it, easy peasy. All right, we're going to go ahead and open that up in the next segment of the video. And then, of course, I've got a box from Jay, you know, the gentleman that sends me a box every week. There's another one on the way, and we got this one today, and it's amazing. But he's providing content, and he gives me the goofiest stuff and some really cool stuff too. First of all, he gave me a couple of Zamacs that he found in the wild. So we got the Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy and the Bronco R in Zamac. Pretty nifty. So we got those. We'll open those up. He also sent me the Volkswagen Baja Bug Treasure Hunt. This is a treasure hunt car, not a super, a treasure hunt. So we got that. Pretty cool as well. And then we get the odd stuff. So this has got to be the tiniest scaled car that I'm going to have, period. It is in 1/144th scale. Racing Champions NASCAR. What? Yeah. You know, like those Hot Wheels tiniest toys in the world things or whatever? I think it's about that size. We're going to go ahead and open that up and I guess take a look at that goofy thing. That's a comedy right there that he sent that to me. And then he's got, then he sent me one of these, which I always love getting, the fresh cherries from Motormax. Old defunct series. Anytime I see one of these and I don't have it, I want it. And I didn't have this one. This is a 1974 AMC Hornet, and now we've got it. They did a lot of just like bland cars, and yeah, they're cool. I really dig them. All right, so thank you, Jay, for that. And then I also got a big box in the mail from Wheels RLC. He'll comment on this video. He comments on all my videos, and he provides a lot of good information all the time. So I recommend actually, you know, reading the comments. It's like an addendum or whatever to this video, is typically, because he's got a lot of good information. He knows a lot of stuff about Hot Wheels that I have no clue on, and he's like an encyclopedia for that. So very, very cool. And there's a couple things that I PayPal'd him for, like he found in stores and I got from him, and then there's like a bunch of other stuff that he just sent me. I'm not going to show it all in this video because there's too much of it, but I will show you some items from it. So one being, he sent me the 2 regular 4-packs, Auto World Target exclusive 4-packs. My Target does not get these, so I can never find them. When each release comes out, I have to hope that either he finds, I think he's hooked me up both times that I've been able to get them. But either way, I got to get them through somebody else because I can't, locally do not exist. You will not find them on the pegs at my local Targets at all. So the deluxe line, but we also get, well, basically you get 2 deluxe line cars, and then you get the Indy car and the funny car casting. So we'll look at these, but then I also, before I had these, I actually purchased this from my buddy Kip, and right here, I got the Ultra Red. So this is a complete set for me. I do not have The original 4-pack, I do not have the Ultra Red for that, or the second release of the 4-pack, I don't have that Ultra Red either. And now there's a 4th one that just came out. I don't have the regulars or the Ultra Reds. I think that's all of them. But this is the only 4-pack Ultra Red I've got. But, you know, he gave me a decent price on it, and I picked it up. So I hemmed and hawed about whether I wanted to pay it, but we got her done, and I went ahead and picked this up. So we got a set right here that we are going to open up. That is going to be fantastic. More on what Dumas sent me. I picked out just like the loose cars that he sent me. So I've got a Johnny Lightning Firebird that I did not have. I collect this casting, and this is a variation of it I did not have. So we're gonna look at that. He sent me this. Is like, what is this? The Purple Passion with a cut roof? It's a Mercury, right? It's a Purple Passion. The Purple Passion convertible, which is an RLC release on Neoclassics and Spectraflame. I know you can't see it through the bag. One of the reasons why I wanted to get these loose ones, I just want to get them out of these bags. So we're going to look at that. And then we've got 2 Racing Champions. These are both, what are these? I'm like drawing a blank now. These are Mercuries. I don't know the model. But anyway, we got a Mercury and a Mercury. 2 different colors, and we're going to get those out of the bags. So, oh, and lastly then, for the loose car stuff, he sent me this. This is from the 2023 Nicky Chevy 2-pack. This is an Auto World Deluxe casting, rebadged as a Johnny Lightning, and sold in a 2-pack, and then actually I found in store the other one. So this is the version B, this is the version A. I don't care about the Camaro. Well, they're both Camaros. I don't care about this one. I cared about this one because this is an Auto World Deluxe casting. So I'm kind of collecting all those deluxe Auto World castings that are showing up as Johnny Lightnings. So, Dumas, if you need this Camaro, give me a holler, and I'll hook you up with that, since you hooked me up with this from the version A. It's only fair. All right. So that's the stuff from him. Then I got one mini GT we're going to look at. A very good one, though. This is the McLaren F1 in magnesium silver. There's a good chance the McLaren F1, like the GT, is going to like win model of the year. It's so awesome. It's really, really cool. The basic one, though, is pretty nifty, too, and I'm excited to get that out of the box. And I've also got, I found these a while ago, and I just haven't shown them yet, the Modern Classics Car Culture series. So we got the Miata, and then the hot one in the series is this Honda Civic EG in spoon livery. So that's kind of like I would say the most desirable one in the set. People are scooping these up because you Honda people are freaks, and you know, you just love your lawnmowers. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. They're cool cars. They're cool. They're sporty. They're fast. They're fun. And you Honda people are ravenous collecting them. You're passionate, and I respect that. All right, so then we got a Fiat 131. That's a cool one. I mean, that's like #1 for me in the set, maybe. We've got the Volkswagen Corrado VR6, which I've heard from my Volkswagen friends, which you guys are ravenous too. Ravenous collectors of your car, your brand of choice. Said that Hot Wheels really screwed up this Corrado. I don't know enough about the Corrado to tell you, but we're going to look at it, and you guys let me know in the comments. And then the Toyota Altezza. Cool car. The 98 Toyota Altezza. That's very nifty as well. All right, so we've got that Modern Classics set. And then last thing that we're going to look at, or whatever order we do it in the next segment, I don't know. I found the new Matchbox moving parts. I only picked up 3 of them. There was a bunch of them on there. So this is in the new, like, eco-friendly packaging that's compostable. And we got the Porsche 911 Carrera, the Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat, and Mitsubishi Lancer Evo. I like this packaging. I'm going to tell you right off the bat. There was some concern about the car being exposed here, but it does not protrude from the packaging, so if they're rubbing up against each other and stuff like that, there's no way for that car to get damaged. And I like it. I like that you can see the actual vehicle right there. I don't know. I think this packaging is really cool. I like that it can stand up. You know, we'll talk more about it in a little bit here, but I think that's pretty neat. All right, so we're gonna get right into it. Probably should do like some sort of thumbnail action. We'll do like something like this. I don't know. Maybe. All right. So let's go ahead and flip the camera on. Let's open up all the stuff. Oh wait, hang on. We need to get this in there, right? Because this is gonna be. People want to see that we're going to be looking at. Oh, geez, like this, something like that. That'll be good. That'll bring them. All right, let's go ahead and flip the camera on and let's crack this open. All right, let's kick off this second half of the video with the McLaren F1 in magnesium silver. One of the coolest cars of all time, for sure. Let's go ahead and cut this open. Again, I should have peeled this plastic beforehand. I apologize. Mini GT. It's hard. It's really obvious that this Mini GT is becoming quite a go-to brand for a lot of people. I would say people that normally just collect Hot Wheels are drawn to this brand as well, it seems, because they have a great mix of just like really cool castings, and they're made well quality, and they all roll and stuff like that. So it's an easy transition for you folks that are just you know, brand crazy about just Hot Wheels to kind of ease into the Mini GT. So very, very cool. McLaren F1 magnesium silver. Yeah, and this thing is pretty awesome. I mean, just a nice, accurate replica of the vehicle. It looks really neat. That goofy, just center driver's seat. We got inserted details for taillights and headlights. Metal body, metal base, rubber tires, of course, and the thing rolls. We got those little rubberized kind of mirrors. They don't have a reflective thing on the back side. That's okay. So, Mini GT, you are just doing such a fantastic job. Big fan of it. Very strong year for you guys this year to have come out with so many cool cars this year. And this is like, you know, kind of a dream come true for some collectors to get a scale accurate replica of this vehicle in this nice quality. So very, very awesome. I am digging it, of course, and I'm glad to add that to the collection. Very, very fantastic. All right, moving on from that, I guess let's go through these bagged cars real quick. So this one we got in Neoclassic Wheels. It is the Purple Passion convertible without a top here. And it's got an opening hood. I don't know. I think he told me that this may have been the only time this casting was ever used, was this particular release, and that was it. I actually kind of like the Neoclassic Wheels. They're not everybody's favorite, but Doomis loves them, so... You know, and I don't love them, but I don't hate them. I like that they're kind of a nod to the old red lines, and I think they're kind of cool. You know, they're not my fave, but on a car like this, I think they look pretty nice. They look all right. You got to be careful, though, touching them, because you can easily rub the chrome off of these wheels, I've realized. So if you hit your thumb right on that little point right there, there's a chance that you could rub that chrome right off of there. I've had a couple that happen too, one or two. But, you know, maybe not the best wheel ever, but for this vehicle, I think it works, and I think it looks pretty good. So, dig in that one in Spectra Flame Purple. All right, what else do we got? We've got those Mercuries. So, these are Racing Champions. And these are Racing Champions... Yeah, I think after round 2 took over based on the little printing right there. I don't know what release these were in. Not a clue. I think these are both. I'm looking in the bottom. It says made in China, round 2. Yep, round 2. All right. So these were both released as once round 2 took over Racing Champs, Johnny Lightning, all that stuff. Started re-releasing these castings, these toolings. Interestingly, these are plastic wheels. I did not expect that. Plastic. This one's jammed up in the wheel well too. I wonder if we can get that thing out. Well, I'll mess with that later, but it still rolls, and you wouldn't really be able to tell. Oh wow, this one is too. Both of these are kind of jammed up in the back, so they don't really work. We got an opening hood, engine detail. This one's in kind of a odd colored metal flake green. This one is in a blue with a white hood. Pretty nifty though, and kind of a neat little casting. I don't think I have an example of this tooling, so I'm glad to get it. That's pretty awesome. All right, thanks, Dumas, for those. And then we've got this guy here. This is a Johnny Lightning Firebird, and I just did not have this particular version. So I was glad to get this. Check it off the list. So I collect all the Johnny Lightning Firebird castings, and I have a lot of them. This was in, I think, the Forever 64 releases. That's why it's got a plastic base and plastic tires. Most of the time you would see this casting, it would have a metal base, not a plastic base. But these were in like the little short card Johnny Lightning packs that I can't remember exactly when they were sold. I mean, I wasn't collecting at the time, but I think it was Tomy era. So there is that. All right. Moving on from that, what else do we got? Oh, where's that? Where's that Camaro? Oh, oh, there it is. All right. We should probably look at this real quick since we're going through these loose ones. This is from that Nicky Chevy 2-pack. And then, of course, we've got the other 2-pack right here. So this is formally a Auto World Deluxe casting. And it's still an Auto World Deluxe casting. It's just that they gave it a metal base and they badged it as a Johnny Lightning, and it's got rubber tires with said metal base. So slight casting improvement. This tooling actually really did benefit, I think, from getting the Johnny Lightning treatment. I think this was one that really did improve by giving it that metal base and giving it the rubber tires. It gives it a lot more of a premium look. And this version of it is actually quite nice in this like burnt orange. And I think it looks pretty good. But this one, definitely more excited about because it's got the drag racing wheel in the back. So this is Nicky Chicago. We've got the version B. 2023 release 1 is these 2-packs. You can see the other ones here that were available, if you can read upside down. So we'll go ahead and open up this. And again, Dumas, if you want this Camaro, or if you need this Camaro, let me know. But this Camaro in particular. So we got the 69 Camaro. This is a Johnny Lightning original tooling. It's an older one. Copyright dates I like to try to find sometimes. I don't think there's one stamped into the base, so I'm not sure when the tooling actually came out. I've got a couple different versions of this tooling, so I don't necessarily need this vehicle. So if you want that, Dumas, you have it. This is the one I was actually after, right here. This is the same casting as that other one that we just looked at, but with like the drag racing fat meats on the back and littler wheels up front set up for the drag strip. And looking quite mean in an all black with a red stripe and red interior. So I think this is a really cool version of this casting. Probably the best version of this casting to ever come out, really, because it's kind of a boring I'm not a big fan of this generation of Camaro, you know. The newest ones I think look really mean. These not so much to me. I don't think they look very aggressive, or aggressive enough, I should say, to look cool. This era of Camaro I'm not really that big of a fan of. But again, I collect the Auto World stuff, and I collect the deluxe castings as they come out as Johnny Lightnings as well. So it gets added to the collection. And this is definitely, a better dressed up version of it, I think, in my opinion. All right, what is next? Let's do... I'm not quite ready for the 4-pit. Well, actually, since we've been talking Auto World, maybe we should do it. I'm talking deluxe castings. So this is kind of an oddball 4-pack for Auto World to come up with, because you get the funny car, the Indy car, and then these two regular deluxe castings. This deluxe 4-pack. Over here in the limited edition deluxe facts, they have a fact about like each vehicle. So again, if you can read sideways, you can read that. Pause the video. This is the version B. I suppose we should do this in alphabetical order. So we'll do version A first. You'll notice that these two cars are very similar, but this is the 2013 IndyCar Johnny Lightning Special number 2 tribute. This is the number 1 tribute, so they have a different number on the side. That's all that there is to that. So I guess let's start by opening up this, because we got a 2009 Chevy Corvette, 1992 Camaro Z28, and then of course the Chevy Camaro Funny Car and the 2013 Indy car. In stores now. Look out for Target exclusive 4-packs. Well, not in my store. Not in my store. And that's too bad. I wish I could just find them on the pigs at my store. I don't know why the distribution is weird like that. Or if these just show up in like super Targets or, larger market Target. I don't really know. All right, so starting with the Corvette. That's kind of cool. Not my favorite generation of Corvette, speaking of the Camaro before, too. So, but this iteration of it looks all right. Kind of a fancy graphic on the hood there. That was probably an option. And if you got your Corvette with this option, I don't know. You got bad taste. I would not do that. But, to each his own. Almost looks like a Punisher logo. Yeah, not bad. Cool little car. And then the 1992 Chevy Camaro Z28. This is probably my favorite Camaro, actually, is the Z28, or this Jenna Camaro. I like it. It's boxy. It's very angular, very appropriate for the time. And this one in white with the red stripes looks pretty good. Not bad. So pretty decent for your version A. So again, these are the deluxe Auto World tunings, where they have plastic wheels, plastic base, no opening hood like your premium line. And some people don't like them because of that. I don't mind it at all. I think they're pretty cool. I just need them. They should definitely tool up some different wheels, I think. I mean, these wheels work for a lot of the cars that they do. I think they're just limited because they're all, I think the same size. So they should tool up some new wheels. And I think that's in progress or something. I'm not sure. All right. And then we get a little interesting here. So this is the 2013, IndyCar tooling. Now, this tooling's been used quite a bit before. And I think it should have, Indy 64001. Now, this tooling might actually be, I don't know this for sure, but this tooling may actually be like the first Auto World 1/64 scale tooling, or at least it's got to be close to it. I don't know for sure, but the Indy cars may have come out before their first 1/64 scale premium lines and deluxe lines and all that stuff. I don't know that. Okay, this isn't a fact. I wasn't collecting when they first came out, so I don't know that for sure. But I think these were sold on AutoWorldStore.com, and I don't know where else, but I think they were sold prior to them hitting Walmart with the Auto World Premium series and all of that. I don't know if the True LE line came before this or not, but anywho, there's some I don't know. Please, Mike, my buddy at Round 2, if you're watching this video, you can answer the question in the comments for the folks here. That would be pretty cool. I'll pin your comment. All right. So watch out for that if he does. He sometimes comments. Hopefully he will. So this is pretty nifty. It's kind of neat. Plastic tires on this one, metal body though. I don't know if they ever tooled this tooling with rubber tires. I don't recall. Not sure. And then we've got the and actually I should also preface, like, I don't keep like track of the IndyCar releases or this funny car release or the drag racers, the big long drag racers. I don't keep those as part of like my Auto World spreadsheet. So these ones I don't typically, I'm not like after them like I am the other Auto World lines, just because you got to draw the line somewhere. All right, and then we get the Camaro funny car, and this is, you know, a funny looking car. Jungle Jim tribute. So this, of course, the body opens up to reveal the engine underneath. This also has plastic tires. It looks like kind of a metal base here with a bunch of other plastic bits and a metal body. So cool to have. Is there a tooling number on the bottom here? It is FC64004. And I want to say that this is like a Racing Champions tooling originally or something like that. I don't really know the history of their funny car tooling. But there you go. There's the funny car tooling. And we'll get to look at it once more in the next, well, twice more actually. All right, the next 4-pack, we got the same cars, just dressed up slightly differently. Well, for one, definitely slightly differently. So we'll open these up. So you got your Corvette version B, this time in yellow. Definitely looks like a Punisher logo there. Pretty cool. Yellow Corvette. I think it looks cooler in yellow than the black one. Just a more appropriate color, I think, for the car. I think this looks better in black as well. Black with the red stripes instead of white with the red stripes. So you got your Z28 Camaro. Again, pretty cool. Digging that. The Johnny Lightning Special. This time, the only real difference, I believe, in the livery is the number. We got a number 1 now and a number 2. And I think that's the only difference. Other than that, these are the same. So that is what it is. And then we've got, lastly, the 2023 Chevy Camaro funny car in USA 1 tribute. So these are tributes, I believe, to like old drag racer liveries and drivers. Dressed up in a new modern funny car. And they look kind of nifty. So there's that. And then we've got, of course, the Ultra Red Chase. So these would be limited to 3% of the production, but we do not know what the production is. This particular one was found on a version B card, but it doesn't matter. As you can see, it's labeled down here as a USA 1 tribute, and the Ultra Red is the Jungle Jim version. So they go after the version A, which is why the Corvette also has yellow striping on the top instead of black. No matter what you find, no matter what card you find it on, the Ultra Red cars inside the package are going to be the same. So the chase is going to be the same no matter which version A, version B you find. Which is the case for most Auto World releases. So what do we got for chase attributes? Well, we got the Ultra Red color, very beautiful. We've got white rims and then red tires and an Ultra Red painted plastic base. All in all, looks all right. Pretty decent. You know, the cool thing about Round 2 and Auto World and Johnny Lightning and all that stuff is they do change up those chase traits from release to release, kind of keep things looking a little bit unique here and there. They all kind of have the same general theme, but you do get some differences. So this one is red on red, red stripe, red vehicle. Again, the white rims, you know, the Ultra Red base, red tires. Same with this one. Kind of cool to get a chase like Ultra Red version of this tooling. Definitely a first for me. And it does look pretty cool in Ultra Red. Kind of nifty. All right. And then lastly, the Jungle Jim. Pretty cool. All right. So definitely happy to get those off of the list. Definitely. All right. All right, next let's look at this moving parts packaging. So we're going to go through this, and then we'll get to that Honda Civic, or Integra. Integra. All right, so let's do this. We've got new moving parts packaging, and you've noticed that Matchbox has kind of been making like this move towards green stuff. So we've got this. It's a minimum of 51% ISCC certified plastic, match balance approach. And so there's like, it's all cardboard and then this compostable shell. So it's kind of neat. I think it's pretty cool. I've noticed too that it seems like Matchbox is really kind of focused on EVs as well as making castings of EVs. So they're kind of taking like this brand identity as like trying to be, I don't know, better for the environment. So take that as you will. I think this packaging is actually quite cool. I almost wish they would make it in a real resealable box and it would be smaller so you can actually store your car in it reliably. But it is like degradable, right? So I think it will deteriorate over time maybe. So I don't know what that means for the collector if you know, you just keep it in the package. How long will it last before there's like issues with the packaging just degrading? I don't know. I have no idea. It's an interesting material though. So it's kind of almost like styrofoam-ish is what it looks like, but it's not. I don't know. It's pretty neat. Anyway, we got the Porsche. It's blue. It's got opening doors, as all the moving parts models have some sort of moving part, thus the name of the series. It's a good-looking model. I think it looks really good. Nice color and pretty decent. The moving parts line, I don't really care about the moving parts all that much. But they do have some pretty cool toolings. This one is the 2020 Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat. I gotta say, though, the design of this packaging is nice. The fact that you can just set it down, it stays up, it's hangable on a peg. It's very merchandisable from that perspective. Like, you could line them up on a shelf, you could hang them on a peg. I like it. I think it's a nice move, actually. And I like that you can see the actual paint of the car without any plastic in the way. Just looking at it. Now, getting them out of here, you just kind of push them out of the back, and they slide out of here, so they're kind of locked in place. Yeah, I'm digging it. I think that's nifty. This one has an opening hood, some detail underneath there. Not any painted detail or anything like that, just a molding detail. An SRT. Pretty decent looking graphical representation of the front end there. And the rear. It's yellow. It looks pretty nice. Nice and brightly colored. Black rims. Suit it well. I think it's a decent looking one. And then we've got a black Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 4. Slide that out. We got our fully recyclable cardboard. And then this is also recyclable or made of recycled material or something. I'm not sure. And there's our Lancer in black, metal flake, with an opening hood. Ooh, and we get lots of detail underneath there. Look at that. That's pretty nice. Get a closer look. Pretty decent. Headlight detail. Taillight detail. Looks pretty good. Out of the three, I think the Porsche is my favorite, but I'm a little biased because I'm a big kind of Porsche diecast fan, collector. How can you not be? There's so many cool ones out there. All right. Should we get to this guy? 1995 Honda Integra Type R. So I got two of these, like I said. One of them, the license plate was pretty crooked on it. So I decided to open up the one that doesn't have the very crooked license plate. And, you know, I've had some other people report some quality issues with this model as far as the paint goes and lining up with the graphics. And that's too bad. It's an RLC model. They should be close to perfect. I know they still produce them in quite large quantities, but for the price that these things go for, I think they should be a little bit better quality-wise. So you get some details on the engine there. It is a, not really a Spectraflame white or anything. It's kind of pearlish, I guess. Kind of hard to explain, but it's just a nice glossy white. Hood shuts really nicely. That is good, because that's something that I'm always scared of with an opening hood is it going to shut nice? Is it going to stay shut? And is the shut line of the hood going to look okay? And in this model, I think it looks good. I think that is very, very good for 1/64 scale. Here's the rear of the model. Everything looks pretty decent. I'm going to say that license plate is slightly crooked. It might be harder to tell on camera than it is in person, but it's definitely not square. Other than that, I mean, the taillight detail looks pretty decent. Honda logo there, Type R logo down at the bottom. Headlight details, Honda logo. Pretty well detailed interior as well. Well, it's right-hand drive. That's a nifty detail as well. And it sits really low. I think it looks good. I think it's good. I like it. It's a nifty little RLC car. I think it's nice. And definitely going to be a desirable one, I think, for a long time. Definitely for a long time. I think it's going to be. There were all these little black specks all over the paint, too, that they just wiped right off. So I thought that was going to be a concern, but luckily it wasn't actually in the paint. So I guess if you get them and you look like you have black specks on yours, you're just going to have to open it up, unfortunately. Don't keep this stuff carded. It's a nice looking model. Definitely is. All right. What do we got next? Let's go, we're going to stick with Hot Wheels for a minute. Get the Zamac Ford Bronco R out of the pack. Pretty decent. Not much to look at. I mean, it's a mainline Hot Wheel. But it is Zamac. And I do like the Zamacs, the unpainted models with the graphics. I think they do look awesome. The Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy. Ooh. Missing a little bit of that top Jaguar, though, unfortunately. That happens. Little issue with the printing there. But at its heart, it's a dollar model, so can't really complain much. And plus, you know, it was given to me as well, so there is that. Then we have the Volkswagen Baja Bug, which is a treasure hunt model. Congratulations, this symbol means you just found a collectible treasure hunt vehicle. All right. Baja Bug. That's pretty neat. I collect a lot of the VW bug castings from Hot Wheels. This is one I was kind of on the fence about whether or not I'm going to end up getting all these as they come out, because it's a little goofy, but happy to get this little treasure hunt in the collection. It's got the Circle Flame logo right there, which is another indicator on these this era of models, this era of treasure hunts, that is what it is. And then, of course, the card also lets you know as well. You can kind of peek under there and you can see it. So, treasure hunt, Baja Bug. All right. Racing Champions 144 scale diecast replica. Let's pop this out. When did these come out? 1997. This is like a choking hazard. It says for ages 5 and up. Man, it is tiny. Look at little it is. Scooby-Doo graphics on it. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. I mean, yeah, it's small. Guess what, though? It rolls. Comes with a little display thing, a little card. Robert Presley. No idea. Born in Asheville, North Carolina. April 8th, 1959. Is he good? Was he good? I don't know. I know nothing about it. Cartoon Network. Looks like he was sponsored by Scooby-Doo. That's a fun sponsorship. If I was racing, maybe that's what I would want. Scooby-Doo. That's pretty cool. All right. There's that little guy. But in comparison to a Hot Wheels, there you can see. Size-wise, what we're looking at. It's tiny. Real tiny. All right. And then we've got the Fresh Cherries AMC Hornet. What an ugly car, but super cool to get it in a sort of premium diecast form in Motor Max Fresh Cherries 164. Motor Max, these Fresh Cherry cars, they did so many like boring looking cars, and I love that. AMC Hornet, it's yellow. Here's a little bit about the Hornet itself. So there you go. And here it is. Kind of stuck in here. Ooh, it's really stuck in here. What's going on with that? Okay, got her. It was the bumper that was holding it up. So there you go. It's an AMC Hornet. Is it an attractive car? No. Is it sporty looking? No. Was this thing exciting to drive? I wouldn't know, but probably not. I don't know. It's in 1/60th scale according to the base of this, so it is a little bit big, scale-wise. But you get all the cool things about these Motor Max. It's a weird car that's was not, I don't think, wildly popular, and it's nice to have a diecast representation of it in some sort of kind of premium form. So we got a metal base, metal body, rubber tires, inserted details for the headlights, separate piece for the grille and bumper, separate piece for the bumper in the back, and inserted details for taillights in the back as well. Nice painted trim on the windows and the wipers and all that stuff. So is it a bland looking car? Absolutely. Is it cool? Yes. I think this is a neat thing to have. And all my collection of these Motor Max Fresh Cherries and Motor Max, like the other series that Motor Max came out with, I adore them. I think they're really neat. It's a defunct diecast brand. They don't put out anything. They haven't put out anything in years. In 164, Motor Max still does like bigger scale vehicles. Like I think like 124 is their jam. But they did some cool stuff in 164 when they did it. I wonder who owns the toolings now. It'd be interesting to see if somebody would pick them up or lease them or something and maybe release these toolings, doll them up maybe a little bit, and get them out there. I think that would be nifty. All right, we got one last set of items to look at, and that's the Hot Wheels Modern Classics. And I'm going to try to go a little fast on these. For the sole reason is these have been out now for a while, and a lot of you, if you wanted them in your collection, you already have them. So I do not have the chase for this set, and the chase would be a black version of this Altezza. I would like to get it. I'd like to get all the car culture chases eventually. I'm just not going to pay through the nose for them because, well, I'm cheap. I know it's hard to believe, but I'm cheap and I'm patient when it comes to this stuff. And I don't know, this looks okay. It's your Hot Wheels premium stuff, so it's got that standard kind of dot matrix, low resolution graphic style, which doesn't look as bad when you put it on a Metal Flake car. So this looks all right. It looks pretty good. It's an attractive looking model, I guess. I think it looks good. But when we go to like this spoon one that everybody's like fawning over, this Honda Civic EG, like, I don't get it, but I mean, I guess I get it if you're a Honda fan and you love this spoon livery. This complementary color spoon livery. But the ugliness and the graphics really shine through when you do something like this. I mean, literally. The print quality, it's just lacking. I wish they would do something about it or change it or do something. I know that'd be like a massive expenditure, but it just would be cool. Like, these look great from far away, but when you get anywhere close up to them, you can kind of see that they're just very low res. And I just kind of don't get why that has to be that way in 2020, almost 2024 here, that we haven't figured out a better way to do it and still keep the cost down. But, you know, I don't know. I don't make these models. I just show them. So what have I got really to say, I guess, just what I observe. All right, then we got the Mazda MX-5. Cute little car. Looks nice in green. Green's a good color for this car, I think. This nice metal flake green. No obvious like issues or anything with this, and I think this is almost a traditional like Tampo style, I think, on this one. So it doesn't. Well, I guess the taillights aren't. So yeah, you can see the dot matrix look on the back there. And then this windshield is all plastic. So even the green frame of it is actually just part of the windshield piece, and it's graphicked on as green. So the color doesn't match perfectly, but it's barely noticeable just because of the fact there's not much of it there. So other than that, I mean, it's a nice looking Hot Wheels model. The Corrado VR6. So according to my VW friends, Hot Wheels butchered this casting by adding like these wide body kit things to it, and just, you know, apparently nobody did this to this car, I guess. I don't know. And that, I guess, irritated some of you purist Volkswagen people. This one's missing some paint in the front as well. I don't think, yeah, that's not like silver. That's like raw metal right there. You know, not sure what happened there. These things are mass produced. In the sense that these kind of things do happen. I don't know. I think it's not bad looking. I think it looks kind of cool. I mean, maybe it's not accurate to the car or something, and that bothers you, but I don't know. I think it looks all right. I think the wheels fit nicely in the wells, and I think it looks all right. I think it looks kind of neat. All right, then we have the Fiat 131 Abarth. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Cool car, cool new casting. I think this is the casting's debut. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. And am I wrong? I don't think so, but getting harder and harder to keep track. I talk about it all the time. All right, so this one, out of the package, it looks okay. And again, we get to struggle with the low resolution count here on the graphics, where you can see that white is like peeking through. They have to print this, I think, on top of white and then on top of the red or whatever, and that's where we get it like that. Also, the fender, these are plastic, I think. Yeah, so that's a plastic piece, and it doesn't quite color match with the body color. Other than that, it looks okay. It's a neat casting. As far as like the cars in this set goes, that's probably my favorite. Just because it's got that cool boxy look of the era, and I think it's, I don't know, unique enough where I think it's cool. I actually really like the Corrado, though. I think it looks cool. I don't know. It might not be accurate, but it looks cool. So that's going to be it for this lengthy video. I think definitely the star of the show, other than, of course, getting an ultra red, which is always cool, is definitely this. I do think Hot Wheels did a pretty good job on this. I do like that the hood shuts really nicely. If it didn't, that would be a major irritation. And since we're safe from that, I say it's pretty neat. From a quality standpoint, though, and like a desirable car, I think this is way cooler, but to each his own. All right, you guys have a great one. Thanks for watching another long Diecast Weekly episode. I really do appreciate it. Have yourself a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.